So you want to be able to capture your UTM codes across your entire site. So you're running advertising to your WordPress website, and you have a GoHighLevel form on your page, and you want people to be able to go to your pricing, your about us, all these different things, and you want them to be able to do the thing. And so, but once they go and fill out a form, you want to know, hey, this came from Facebook, Google, wherever you're running ads. So let me show you real quick. Let me go to navigate a couple different pages, and you can see, I'm going to go and show you. Let's go move my head out the way. If you go under application, you can go test this and say, okay, right here, let's go to cookies, and you can go to my site. Oh, hold on, no application. And we can go type in UTM. So this is going to be like UTM source, UTM, whatever. And so you can see that there's nothing on here as I go from page to page. This should stay right here. There's nothing on here. So we want to be able to solve that. So even if I go and let me grab my UTM code, I have a bunch of stuff over here ready to go, so I'm prepared. I'm going to go copy this, and we're going to go back to, just so you know that this works, we're going to go back to the home page, and I have a form right here, and I'm going to publish this UTM code right here. So you can see this UTM is going to pop up down below here, and as soon as we want to get this to load, my internet's running a little bit slow, but there should be a button right here that should show up. So you can see here are some UTM sources right here. So if we go in a hypothetical situation, if you're sending UTM codes to a landing page that captures them information immediately, sure, great, grand, it's going to happen, and you're going to see these pop up here in just a second. You can see YouTube source. I just labeled S for source, C for campaign, T for terms. I forgot medium. But this is the term, and then this is the ID, and there's some other ones. So you can see how a direct UTM works. But let me show you what people would do, and they're going to be like, oh, I'm not going to go to that form just yet. And I go to About Us. The About Us is lost. Now your UTMs are gone. So now if I go back to the home page and I go click on that same form, now the UTMs are going to be gone. So what we need to do is we need to go grab two snippets of code. So one of the things that you need to make sure that you have on your form is actually these parameters. So UTM source, and you don't have to have all of these. You just need to have like this UTM source right here. It's going to be UTM underscore source. This is kind of the standard format that what Google, Facebook, stuff like that, they go and put these in. So if you don't have these in there, feel free to go add them into your advertising so that way you grab them. But I am going to, and so down here at the bottom, there's one script right here that basically just says, hey, I want you to pull the cookies from your page into this form. So if we go and edit this, I'm going to put this, you can screenshot this or whatever, but this is just a script that you put into the page. You can see UTM source right here, UTM medium, stuff like that. But I'll give you all this into a text file attached to this video. It is what it is. But you can see this script is actually added in there. But usually you want to make these hidden. I want to make these live for you guys to be able to see, so that way you know that I'm not full of crap. So you can see that it's not required and it's not hidden. But you can make these. This script is good for whether they're hidden or whether they're public. So you can choose whatever you want to. So let's go back here. Let me go add my script. And so we added the script to the form, but then the next one you need to go, and I'm not going to show you how to do this, but you need to go add a script to your functions.php file. So if we go back over here into WordPress, if you're on the back end of WordPress, I'm going to show you an example. You can go under Appearance, you can go to Theme Editor, and then over here, if we click on functions.php, I've already added it and saved it, so it's going to show up down here. So if we go down here towards the bottom, we're going to see this big long snippet of code right here. This is going to be a function UTM grabber for your website. So what we saw before, you saw that I had UTMs, but nothing was saving across the page. So now let's go back into here. You can see that there's no UTMs except for this right here that shows up. But what we want to do is, let me go grab that same UTM string, And we're going to say, okay, let's go have it hit the website again. And so now you're going to see all the UTMs pop up right up under here. As soon as this finishes loading, I may have to clear out my cookies on this actually to be able to get it to, so I'll be going back and forth with this the whole time. So let me clear out my cookies and go reload. Hold on one second. Okay, so as soon as I cleared out my cookies, it literally was just a couple seconds. I just want to make sure we can get in there. So I've cleared out my cookies, and you see they appear all right here. And, you know, if we're just staying onto the page, you know, this is all great and grand. We can see that the UTMs will show up here in a second. So let it refresh, because that's what the iframe will do. It'll reload a couple times, and then all of a sudden it'll appear. So you see the parameters are right there, but let's do what your clients are going to be doing, your leads are going to be doing. They're going to be going over to your pricing page, and you'll see UTMs stayed in here. They're cookied onto here. So it's all about your browser cookie. So if we go under team, and again, this is a dummy website. Let me just go to a bunch of different pages. You can see here they are right here. So now we let this load. This doesn't have any UTMs on there. But if we go back to home, see the UTMs are there. And so now if we go back, just like we showed before, UTMs weren't there when we went back to the form and tried to load it. So UTMs were lost, but now because we added those two scripts, now basically what we did was we had WordPress go capture via cookie those UTMs. And now that script on your GoHighLevel form, that script is basically going to say, hey, let me go grab those cookies from this page and go bring them back on, because you are loading this from an iframe. So as it loads up and stuff like that, it does lose those parameters. But you can see this pops back up. So now if I hide these, if I make them public, it is what it is. So now you've been able to take your UTM parameters, put them, send an advertisement or to a website, it cookies them how you want to, and then they can follow the bouncing ball. So yeah, hope this helps somebody be able to like track their advertising a little bit better, and we'll talk to y'all soon.